Okay guys, we're going to try and show you our nightly routine. I'm not sure how well it worked because it will be low light, but I wanted to show you our bathing routine. So the reason that the hula hoop attached right here and hanging down didn't work is that we don't have finished floors, which means that any water that leaked out was soaking into the plywood, so that didn't work real well. It was definitely warmer in here than it was outside, but it was really hard to keep that water inside the tub that we had. A lot of people suggested that we use a swimming pool to catch the water, but then you can't pick a swimming pool up and then carry it back out the door to empty it. You need something that has handles. Is where we do it now. You can see here is our water pump, here is our barrel. So we don't have curtains or anything up. You can't see through the plastic, and we don't take lights out with us at night. So it works really, really well, and because we can have the door open into the greenhouse, all the heat from the stove goes out into the greenhouse. It keeps you warm, and everybody showers, and then in the morning I pick the bucket up, I take it out, and I dump it. So that's how it works. We even have our shampoo and everything there along the back wall, and so I do really enjoy this space out here that just makes everything easier, so you don't have to do everything at once or risk going out in the cold once your hair's wet. So it works super good.
The tomato juice. You know what we should call the people that watch? Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah.
That's a type of candy.
In that right now.
School bus, school, home, all three. What?
Well, I just kind of slept through the alarm. I had Kaya sneak up into my bed last night, even though she was supposed to be sleeping in her bed, so I spent the night trying to keep her in her blanket. Yeah. I know you guys are dying to know about the Rocket Mouse heater, but today I'm going to talk about winter showers. The curtain goes into the bucket. Now a lot of people said, why didn't you just use a kiddie swimming pool? Well, you can't pick up and lift a kiddie swimming pool to take it outside. The thing we didn't like about this was that you're in a very small space in order to be able to keep the water. Here, I'll show you. So previously, when we were actually using this, I had it on a hook that made it really level. It was very level. So all of the curtain did go inside the bucket like this. Right now it's not level because we haven't used it in a bit and the wire has stretched out a little bit. So what you would do is you look for the opening and you would have the little sprayer like this and you would climb in and then somebody on the outside would pump it for you. And so that's how it worked. And it made it so that we were really warm while showering. And then I would just leave it there at night, the bucket. I would take this down. Sorry, it's been stored out in the snow. So this is what it looks like when I take it down. And then I would lean it up against the wall, well away from the wood stove. I brought in all kinds of ice with it. So then in the morning, I would pick it up and take it outside and dump it under a cottonwood tree. So that's how we did it before. Now, I look kind of rough today. I haven't showered yet. I'm wearing makeup from yesterday. And the reason I wanted to make this video today was to kind of talk about showers and off-grid living. So when you're living off-grid, depending on the season, that's really kind of what tells you how often or how you want to bathe. We were previously using the outdoor shower, which worked fantastically. We just heated the water up and put it in our little sprayer and went out and used it outside. We did get bit by some bugs because we were naked outside during the summer, but it was actually really nice. So if I were to do it over again, I'd probably put a screen in. Put a roof on, put a screen in. In the fall, as it started to get cold, the hula hoop thing worked in here okay. It would have worked a lot better if the floors had already been finished. All we have on the floors is the plywood that the shed came with. And so mostly I was just worried about damaging the floor. Come to the part where I decided to put a greenhouse around. So we have our sprayer. And when the sprayer isn't being used for a shower, it's being used to wash our hands. That bucket you see next to it, we spray our hands off into the bucket. And then we have our big tub that's easy to lift. Okay, so, sorry, the hiss is the pump trying to repressurize. So I'd say for 2 weeks we were without water. It could have been as many as 3 weeks. Where we had to go over to the neighbors to get water instead of being able to use our hand pump. What had happened is that it's a 5-year-old pump and we were using it every day, multiple times a day. And it's a fantastic pump, but one of the little nuts had come unscrewed. So we had the lady who installed our hand pump come out. She fixed the screw and now the pump works again. But for 2 weeks, it was too hard for the kids to pump that water, or even me and John. It was just a real pain in the butt. So we were getting water further away. So all the water we were getting, we were using for cooking and drinking. So all of our showers were happening at Grandma's, or I had a membership in at the gym. Hey guys, so I don't know if you remember me telling you this, but the hand pump is not working right, and so we aren't showering at the house right now. And I am at a local Anytime Fitness, which works really well for me to be able to wash my hair. And I know a lot of other off-gridders, when their systems are not working quite right, that they will go into a local fitness club. It's just easier, and you know, a lot of times you try to go into friends or family, but you kind of feel like you're intruding on their lives. So it's a little, I think it's a little easier just to go get a membership at a fitness club. And I do still bathe the girls at my parents' house, because also at this point we can't do laundry because we just don't have enough water. So we're going to do a video later with Stephanie Jackson. She is going to come and fix the pump, which has worked so well for us, but now it's, I think it's like 4 years old, so I mean, if anything needs to maintain, it's a good time to do it. So we're going to talk about the pump and why water is so essential on an off-grid homestead. So that's how we were showering for 2 or 3 weeks. And I don't know anybody that has lived off-grid that didn't do that, at least for part of the time, where they were going into town to an athletic club or where they were going to relatives to shower and do laundry. So for 2 or 3 weeks we didn't do laundry here. So just for the sake of honesty, no off-grid laundry, no off-grid showers for the last little bit. But this is our shower setup. What you do, see if I can set it up so you can see it real well. What you do is you don't turn on any lights. First off, you don't want any lights here in the kitchen. You don't want any lights in here, because even though you can't see through the plastic, if I had a light in here, you could sure see through the plastic, and it's going to be nighttime, and so you don't want all the neighbors to be seeing your business. So, all right, so first thing first, you want to build your fire up really, really, really hot. And you want to open your door, and you want to leave the door open for about half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, while you're heating up your water on the stove. The reason for that is that your hot air will come from the house and it'll come into the greenhouse, so you will have a very warm place to shower. Big deal. You don't want to be out here showering, even though your water's warm. If the temperatures are cold enough, your hair's going to freeze, and it's going to be really unpleasant. So we warm up the greenhouse first. And usually we're showering a little bit over here, but the light is bad, so I'll try and show you as best I can over in this other spot. Now, I wouldn't want to be in this spot next to the bench and next to the shoes, because when I'm showering off, I would end up getting the bench wet and getting the shoes wet. By the way, the bench was made by by Nick over at Fouch-O-Matic, and I love this bench. And if you want to know about off-grid lifestyle, go check out their channel. They're amazing. So I already have my hot water. You want to have 3 gallons in here, 2 gallons of cold and 1 gallon of hot. It's a really good ratio. I like to boil my water and then pour it in and then check it. It can get so hot that it's uncomfortable. So then I have my little hand pump, and I pump it up, and then we wash everything. I do have a tendency to only wash my hair once or twice a week, and I actually like that. I feel like my hair is healthier. I feel like I feel healthier when I don't have squeaky clean hair. So I do make sure to brush my hair quite a bit. If you don't brush your hair enough, then I think your scalp starts to bother you. So that's how we do it. Shower here, it falls into the bucket, and then I pick it up and dump it out in the morning. And that's how we do it, and it works super well. If I were to fix anything, I would put up some shower curtains along that side and that side, just so that if there was any light coming from inside the house, I wouldn't feel like I was intruding on the renters by having them be able to see people in here. So I would like to take some shower curtains and do that. I already have them purchased. I just haven't put them up yet. I really need to clear this space. In a tiny house like any other house, clutter comes in very quickly and leaves much more slowly. And so what I really need to do is go through and make sure that I don't care about any of this stuff and that I get it kind of situated a little better, because it is wasted space at the moment, with the exception of the stove. So there is winter off-grid showering at its finest, and I'm about to go take a shower. So I'm not going to invite you to this one because it's a little harder to keep my modesty out here. I don't have a wall around it or a husband to video, so we're going to skip that part, but we'll see if we can show any other part of it.
Non più tra I farfalloni amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girano, delle belle turbando al riposo, ci settuato giro d'amor. Delle belle turbando il riposo, ci settuato giro d'amor. Non più avrai questi bei panacchini, quel cappello leggero galante, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante, quel vermiglio d'onesco color, quel vermiglio d'onesco color. Non più avrai quei pennacchini, quel cappello, quella chioma, quell'aria brillante. Non chiudrai farfallone amoroso, notte e giorno di torno girando, delle belle turbando al riposo, ci settuato giro d'amor. Delle belle turbando al riposo, ci settuato giro d'amor. Fra guerrieri può far bacco, gran stacchi stretto sacco, schioppo in spalla, sciabla a fianco, collo dritto, l'uso franco, un gran casco, un gran turbante, molto onor, poco cantante, poco cantante, poco cantante. Ed invece del fandango una marcia per il fango, per montagne, per valloni, con le nevi e salioni, al concerto di tromboni, di bombardie e di cannoni, che le barre e tutti i cloni all'orecchio fan fischiar. Non più avrai.
Hi guys, I just came out to take my shower, get ready to pour in the hot water, and I realized that we have ice water in our thing. So I think in the future what I'll do is pull that in at night just to make sure it's not freezing, because a gallon of boiling water in 2 gallons of not fully set ice, but just it's quite icy in there. Isn't going to go very far. So I'll probably just boil up a pot of water on the stove and use a washcloth and take a washcloth shower this morning.